Hi. This morning in church we were looking at our first of our Advent series, Hidden Before Time. And because it was an all-age service, it wasn't filmed. So this is just a quick catch-up for anyone who wasn't there and would like to know what we got up to. So we opened by reading Isaiah and chapter 40. And so I'll read that to you now. To whom will you compare me? Or who is my equal? Says the Holy One. Lift up your eyes, look to the heavens. Who created all of these? He who brings out the starry host one by one and calls forth each of them by name. Because of his great power and mighty strength, not one of them is missing. Why do you complain, Jacob? Why do you say, Israel, my way is hidden from the Lord, my cause disregarded by my God? Do you not know? And have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary. Young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Stop to think about how we prepare for things. And I asked the question, if I was going to make a cake, what would I need to do first? We thought about having to find a recipe and then see what ingredients we needed. We need to turn the oven on. Lots of things that we do without telling anyone else that we're doing them. They're in our heads. We plan things. And we thought about how that is the same for God. That God planned the world even before he spoke it into being. It's so amazing to think of just how big God is, and unfortunately we do just squash him down into boxes that we can understand. So we thought about how before the world was created, things were hidden in God's mind, in God's heart. He wanted to create a world for us, a world that we would enjoy, a world that we would thrive in, a world in which he could be with us and build relationship with us. So these are the words at the beginning of John's Gospel. In the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God, and God created everything through him. Nothing was created except through him. The Word gave life to everything that was created, and his life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it. Strange words, but words that we've heard quite a lot probably. And so I asked the question, if John is talking about Jesus here, which we assume he is, why does he call him the Word? To answer that, we thought about what words do, why we use them. They explain things. They describe things, make things more understandable. Words help us to communicate with each other. We played a little game where someone had a picture of something and they tried to describe it to the rest of us. We couldn't see it, but they could. And I wonder if that's why John calls Jesus the Word. Because Jesus came to describe God to us. Jesus came in human form so that we could communicate with him. Jesus makes what is too big for our understanding a little bit more understandable. In the Bible, Jesus uses lots of stories or parables to tell us things about God and God's kingdom. We thought about some of the ones we could remember, the lost sheep and the lost coin. We thought of the parable of the farmer going out to sow his seed. We've thought of the mustard seed and the lost sheep and the pearl of great price. We thought of the Good Samaritan, the wise and foolish builders. All of these stories tell us something more, something that we didn't know about God, or something we needed reminding about. In Matthew chapter 13, verse 35, it says that Jesus tells his stories to explain things hidden since the creation of the world. And so we read those few verses from John again. And rather than saying the word, we put in Jesus' name, just to see if that would make more sense to us. So I'll read that for you now. In the beginning, Jesus already existed. Jesus was with God, and Jesus was God. He existed in the beginning with God, and God created everything through him. Nothing was created except through him. Jesus gave life to everything that was created, and his life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness. The darkness can never extinguish it. And so thinking of that light and thinking of the difference that it makes having had Jesus in the world, we are able to read the stories of what he got up to and what he wanted to show us. And so we thought of the light that we often celebrate at Christmas time. We put fairy lights on our trees and in our houses, in our gardens even, to remind us that Jesus is the light of the world. And some of us chose to go and make lanterns. And these lanterns will be used for our carol service in a few weeks' time. And it was messy and it was sticky and things stuck to the table. But this is what we made. And they're all different, and lots of them are still drying in the church at the moment. But there was a good reminder to us that the light shines in the darkness. The darkness can't put it out. And so we thought about God and Jesus hidden before time. Hidden in a way that we can't understand. But that Jesus came to make that more understandable for us. Hope you've enjoyed listening to this, and next week it'll be Advent 2, Hidden in Plain Sight.